Everybody to WTL. You know what that stands for. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
Jabron.
the parlay.
Yeah.
Pounder.
Yes, sir. We're back.
You have been pounding the parlays. I've
Yeah.
been following you on Twitter, as everyone needs to do. What is that? Jabron underscore?
I believe it's just Jabron 13.
Jabron 13.
Yep.
Jabron.
But just follow WTL
There you go.
and you'll find me for sure.
The retweets are out there with
Yep.
all your parlay plays and how you're cashing them in.
Yeah, no doubt.
And now we're talking about, one of your soft spots here.
Yeah.
The NBA playoffs are upon us,
Yeah.
so there's only a half a year left of the NBA season. And your Los Angeles Lakers,
Yeah.
you're wearing the LeBron jersey right here for the folks watching on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
And they're pretty proud of themselves right now.
Yeah.
Taking care of playing the bunny bracket
Yep.
game over the Pelicans
Yeah.
down there in New Orleans. And I don't know. I was left thinking you wanted to see more if you're an LA fan.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you did. It was in New Orleans, so it was a road game and all that. But yeah, Zion freaking piled on for it. Had 40 points. Left with an injury. Pure, Zion's style.
Sure,
with 3 minutes left to go, still only beat him by 4 or 5 points. Yeah, Lakers were up on him by 20 earlier in the game, so you saw what the Lakers can do. You've seen it all year long. This is one of those teams that can turn it on, can turn it off, have that little bit of championship DNA. So this is a fun matchup. Definitely not the matchup the Lakers wanted in the first round, though.
And that's because since you win the bunny bracket, well, congratulations. You get to take on the defending champs and number 2 overall seed, the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
And the first game is going to be 7:30 Saturday night on ABC.
Yeah.
Denver is a 7.5-point favorite for that game alone. Over-under sitting at 223.5 points.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that over.
No doubt.
I would not
No
be
doubt.
surprised there. LA's feeling pretty good about themselves. You talk about the pedigree. Yes, they won that goofy tournament back in year 1.
The bubble.
The bubble tournament there. But Denver's the returning champs, are the 2 seed, and they're the minus 250 favorite to win this series overall.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Andy. The Lakers were swept last season in the Western Conference Finals by the Nuggets.
Yep.
All
Rematch.
four games away in clutch moments. The story remained consistent during the regular season when Denver won all 3 games against the Lakers. This year, Denver has won 8 straight games against the Lakers, including the postseason. If the Lakers want a chance in this first-round series, it's going to come down to Anthony Davis, I believe, Andy, who has had a combined minus 39 plus minus against the Nuggets this season.
Yikes. So, yeah, Denver just has his number. And, I mean, you talk about Jokic and what's left to be said about the guy.
You can't say anything else.
Yeah,
he's going to win the MVP this year again.
Yeah, his defense is just too good. Anthony Davis doesn't like how physical he gets with them.
Yep.
So then he'll back out. He'll settle for jump shots, and then that plays right into Denver's hands.
Yeah.
I think that's the way this series is going to go. I think it will be more of a gentleman's sweep, not just a full-out sweep, though, because LA is looking better.
Yeah.
They did make the playoffs.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Andy. The one thing I have to say about Anthony Davis, I do believe he has a little bit of fire in his system, just as the way that the Nuggets kind of carried themselves after that sweep and after they won all 3 games this year. Davis says that he and James took the Nuggets trash talk after the series personally.
Oh, personal.
And
what is this, the UFC?
Yeah, I guess. And he said him and Braun had some, conversation, and then they can't wait for this matchup. So I do believe that the Lakers will get 1 or 2 in this series. I do want to back the Lakers on that plus 7.5 in game 1. I do believe they're going to come out swinging in game 1. So give me Lakers plus 7.5 game 1.
And that's right on par with Denver, too. They're okay with you covering as long as they get the W.
No doubt.
And this always blows my mind. I just pulled up some team stats here for Denver. Jokic, the Joker, leads the team in scoring, obviously, with 26 points per game. Also leads in rebounds, 12.5 per game. Leads in assists, 9 a game. Averaging a triple-double here. He also leads the team in 1.5 steals per game. So, having another one of those type of seasons where, you you better give him the MVP this time.
Yeah, right.
You better give him the MVP.
He kind of sounds like the guy on the other side of the ball, LeBron James, except that guy's 39,
right,
averaging 26 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds at age of 39. So, no, all props
You
to
can't
Joker.
even joke around saying he's a 40-year-old because he actually is.
He's
39.
Is.
Wow.
No, it's crazy. I do believe the Lakers have a little bit of fight in them. I can see this going late in the series, but no, you got to give it up to Joker. Another MVP season.
Yeah.
Denver's probably going to win this series, but you might see me sprinkle a little bit on that plus 310. Go Lakers, go LeBron.
That's why folks got to follow you on TikTok,
yeah,
right?
Let's do it.
You know, that's why they got to do that. Just real quick here, your Nuggets just on NBA championship, the championship.
Yeah.
They're at plus 300. They're right there behind
doubt.
the Celtics. Then add 3,000 plus 3,300 is where the Lakers are at for overall odds.
Hey.
So, hey, okay.
Take it.
Hey, all right.
Little money.
Let's move on to the Sunday matchup here.
Yeah, let's do this.
This is the 5 versus 4 matchup here. This is a really fun one here.
No doubt.
The Dallas Mavericks, I always kind of watch like the Dallas Mavericks. Mark Cuban, maybe he's not there, maybe he is, whatever, but he's a zany guy, fun guy. The LA Clippers, a lot of buzz. They're the 4 seed, and they're plus 100 right now, and it's in LA.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep. No, the series odds, the Clippers are plus 100, Dallas Mavericks minus 120 in the series, Andy. This is going to be back and forth, Andy. This is going to go, I believe, all 7 games. This is going to be one of the best playoff series in the first round.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of doing a flip here, Andy. I'm going to go with what I think is the best 2 players on the floor right now, and that is how well Luka and Kyrie have been playing down the stretch this year.
Wow, really?
And if this last month, as any indication, this series will not be so close, as Mavericks were the best team over this season's final 6 games.
Okay.
You know, you can see on the other side, the Clippers kind of fail to flip the switch every now and then, and as long as they're healthy, they can do that. But although Harden-led playoff teams also usually flip that switch off.
They do. They do. I mean, that's Harden's kind of his calling card.
Yeah.
And he's kind of earned it. He's earned it. Let's let him have it here. But when you were saying best 2 players on the court, I thought you were talking about Kawhi Leonard and James Harden.
And James Harden.
Oh yeah, Paul George. I mean, I really like the big 3 for the Clippers.
No doubt.
And if not now, win.
Yeah.
Win.
Exactly.
It has to be now
Yeah.
for the LA Clippers. They're at home. They're the 4 seed, and they're the underdogs.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Andy. I just believe the matchup to watch in this is how the Clippers try to stop Luka Doncic. Is it going to be the Kawhi Leonard show, or are they going to try and pawn him off on other stuff to keep Kawhi fresh on the offensive side of the floor? I believe that's going to be the biggest thing here, and then maybe have Kawhi handle him late game situations and stuff like that. But I do believe that Luka, I think he's a freight train right now, and with Kyrie Irving playing as good as he's played, looks like he has his head on his shoulders, look like he's back to being one of the best players in the NBA. I believe these 2 are going to run this series. Give me the Mavericks in 7 games.
I like it going 7. I really like that. And you make a valid point. Kyrie Irving has not been trending on Twitter for over 3 days.
That's what I'm talking about.
So he hasn't said anything that outrageous for Kyrie's standards.
Yeah.
For at least 72 hours. So you got to like that heading into the weekend.
Yeah. And I get where I'm going to get. I get where I'm going to get a little bit of hate on this. Conventional wisdom says the Clippers probably have the 2 best defensive options possible to throw against Luka Doncic.
Yeah, they
with
do.
Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. I just still believe that this guy is such a superstar, such a mega star, that he is going to will this team to beat this Clipper team in round 1.
Hey, there's going to be an upset somewhere. And this, I mean, 4 versus 5. I don't know if you can really call it that much of a.
No, I don't think so.
All righty, well, let's talk about the Sunday night cap.
Yeah.
This is another fun one. The Indiana Pacers out of nowhere, right? The 6 seed taking on the 3 seed Milwaukee, the Bucks, and Giannis, and they are your minus 130 favorite, but you gotta like what you're seeing from these youngsters over there in Indiana.
Yeah, and actually the line, Andy, on game 1, Indiana is favored to win by 1.5 points. Just because nobody knows if Giannis is ready to go.
That is your wild card.
Doc Rivers didn't even give us a update on him on Wednesday. He said, I haven't even asked about him, which is obviously probably not true.
So you don't know what your finals MVP
regular season MVP, champion, don't know how if he's going to play. Obviously, they're slow playing this to, mess with the mind of the Indiana Pacers. But no, like you said, I love the way that this young team playing. Tyrese Halliburton is the best point guard in the NBA right now, Andy.
Yeah.
He really showing out. So,
averaging a double-double, 20 points per game, 11 assists per game.
Exactly.
11 assists per game.
It's friggin' awesome, Andy. Yeah. And without Giannis, the matchup to key in on is between those all-star point guards, and that is Damian Lillard and Tyrese Halliburton. And I have to give the leg up to Tyrese right now because Damian has not felt like he's in sync with this Bucks team yet this year. I know that it kind of gets he's still an all-star. He's still an all-star. He can still get points, all this kind of stuff. But if he doesn't have Giannis to fall back on, I don't believe that this is a full series sweep for the Bucks. I believe that the Pacers can squeeze a few out on them.
Yeah, and when you're talking overall odds, I always like to look at that for just kind of a 30,000-foot type of view here. You have the Boston Celtics at a plus 165, the Nuggets at a plus 300. Already talked about that.
Yeah.
Then it really falls off.
No doubt about it.
LA Clippers are next with a plus 1,400. Then the Bucks are right there at another plus 1,500, plus 1,400, depending at where you're looking, and then it really goes down from there. So what I'm getting at is your Bucks are still a top 4, top 5 contender as far as overall odds, and that's just not where the Pacers are at a plus 11,000.
But that is with Giannis in the lineup. So that's what you got to think about.
True.
So before you bet on any of these games, Pacers versus Bucks, make sure you know Giannis's status going into the game. A lot of people have the Pacers winning this series because Giannis is banged up right now. So make sure if you're betting on this, especially if you're betting on the Bucks, make sure Giannis is in the lineup.
Yeah, those lines are going to start to shift, and they're going to start to shift fast.
No doubt about it.
Especially if they keep on keeping all that injury news locked up, because you're figuring it out. It's leaking. People are figuring it out.
No doubt about it. And if Giannis doesn't play, McDermott's going to have a huge series.
Yeah.
Dougie's coming to play.
I love that.
Go Pacers.
Creighton Blue Jays, shout out.
Let's
you
go.
knew we had it for you. You heard the horn. That means we're up against it, but we still got to take a minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and that is the Stock and Rod Company, an outdoor lifestyle brand for those seeking adventure. Whether it's hunting, fishing, hiking, they got you covered. Visit stockandrod.com to get your wild game on. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL.